right there in Rivers State, Nigeria. Ekpo joins me this morning. Good morning to you. Welcome to In the Game.
Good morning, Favour.
All right, a beautiful one right there. On paper, Anthony Joshua was favourite to win this particular one, and yes, it happened. But the way it happened got a lot talking, especially with his opponent.
He needed a win. He needed a statement to win. When you look at how he has performed in the last few years, his 2 losses to Alexander Usyk has made a lot of people to doubt him in the heavyweight division. It's a division which he brought in a lot of light into it again after the Klitschko brothers. We know Tyson Fury got the victory against Vladimir Klitschko, but Anthony Joshua needed that win, and he got that win against Otto Wallin. When you're looking at his resume and what he has done already in the heavyweight division, at the end of the day, you have to look at Anthony Joshua and appreciate all he has done. Because you look at Otto Wallin, he might not be the biggest name in boxing heavyweight, but he's only lost once, which was to Tyson Fury. You look at his resume also, and he nearly stopped Tyson Fury way back in 2019 when Fury just returned after a lengthy break from boxing. Anthony Joshua was up against him. A lot of people felt Joshua was going to end up losing the bout because he seemed a little bit different. Talking of how he had looked out for before the bout, very silent, very quiet, but it's a win that he needed and a statement win that he has now gotten in the heavyweight division.
All right, now let's look at Anthony Joshua now. We've seen him fight many times in his history. Do you think he has improved compared to the former Anthony Joshua we all knew? I mean, who, of course, he was good with knockouts. Do you think he has improved since the last bout he had with Alexander Usyk?
I think he's trying to get back to that old Joshua. What he did against Alexander Usyk was a big mistake, in my opinion, because why I say so is Alexander Usyk won the heavyweight gold medal at the 2012 Olympics. Anthony Joshua also won the super heavyweight gold medals at the same Olympics in 2012. So he went in with the mentality of, I want to show you how we fight in Olympics. It's not all about the knockout. It's all about who can get more points and win it. When he went up against Alexander Usyk, and that was why he lost it. I know everyone could also look at maybe he's lost to Andy Ruiz Jr. and complain about it. But this time around, he's going back to the old Anthony Joshua. He moved from his former trainer in Rob McEachran and then moved over to Derek Lewis. Even before that, also, Anthony Joshua already changed with Ryan Garcia. But now he moved over to Ben Davis, a former Tyson Fury trainer. And he's just trying to get back to that old Anthony Joshua, get the knockouts, get things silently, and now maybe be the face of heavyweight boxing again.
All right, I'll pause you a bit. We'll go to hear from Anthony Joshua himself after the bout and what he had to say.
I can't grade my performance. I'm searching for greatness. I'm not just...
All right, Anthony Joshua right here talking about his victory, and he will leave the fans to judge his performance. We still have Ekpo on the line, of course, talking about the bout that went down right there in Saudi Arabia. Now, let's switch now to the other bout that went down. Deontay Wilder suffered a shocking loss to some persons in boxing in the hands of Joseph Parker. I mean, lots of persons expected that Deontay Wilder would have taken Joseph Parker to the cleaners, but it did happen. I mean, what do you make of the fight? It was brutal, I mean, when we look at what happened right there in, of course, Saudi Arabia.
I won't say not much of a surprise to me because you look at Deontay Wilder, he's just fought only one round in about 2 years. So it just tells a whole lot about the Deontay Wilder guy. And then you look at what Joseph Parker has already on the table. He's lost 3 times in his career to Anthony Joshua. He's also lost to Dillian White and then ended up getting knocked out by Joe Joyce. But this time around, he was facing Wilder. And the mistake Deontay Wilder made was already looking past Joseph Parker because all he did was talking about the Joshua fight, which will take place next year in March, which it looks likely that it's not going to happen anymore because of the loss he has just taken to Joseph Parker. So all he was looking at is the fight beyond Joseph Parker. And Parker is one good man. When you're looking at the fact that he's also a former heavyweight champion of the world, WBO heavyweight champion, when he eventually lost out to Anthony Joshua. But it's not much of a shocker to me. Wilder came into the fight with just one thing, going out for the knockout. And Joseph Parker is a very quick guy. He also stopped Anthony Joshua. Okay. We're looking years back from getting the knockouts, which he's always been getting. So I'll say good win for Joseph Parker. He's back again, maybe amongst the top 5 when you're looking at the heavyweight division.
All right, now a lot of persons are expected to see Deontay Wilder face Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder, when you put the poll on social media, who would get a win? A lot of persons think Deontay Wilder will give Anthony Joshua a tough fight. Now, should this fight happen in 2024 or 2025, as the case may be, who do you think stands an advantage when the two boxers, take to the ring? To the ring.
I think it's kind of coming late, if you ask me, because when we all wanted the fight was way back 2016 when both men were champions. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. You could talk about even 2017, Tyson Fury returned and then ended up beating Deontay Wilder. It's kind of coming late. They are both aging. We wanted to have the fight when they were both at their peak and then when they were unbeaten. But with this Deontay Wilder's loss, I think it's going to be difficult for even the fight to happen in 2023, except it's the ending of 2023, 2024, I beg your pardon, later in the year. But I believe before this bout, I believe that Deontay Wilder was going to beat Anthony Joshua. But with what I saw yesterday, it's a different ball game. It's going to be Deontay Wilder struggling against Anthony Joshua. He's shown the mentality. He can box as an Olympian, and then he can also end up getting the knockouts, which he also did yesterday in forcing Wallin in retiring after the 5th round.
All right, now we'll quickly go listen to Deontay Wilder after his fight, as he's actually thinking of maybe retiring, but we hope to see what happens. Let's hear from Deontay Wilder. I'll be right back.
Yeah, but you know, my timing was off a little bit, and big ups to Joseph. He did a great job avoiding a lot of my punches. We make no excuses tonight. You know what I mean? It was a good fight, and we move on to the next thing. It could have, but we're not going to base it off of that. We're just going to go in. We did what we did, and we move on to the next. You know what I mean? We live to see another day, and that's what it's all about. And just ready to go home to my children, you know what I mean, and love all over them. Yeah, most definitely just to stay calm and throw a couple of jabs and set up the right hand and stuff like that. Like again, like I said, time was off a little bit. He did a good job avoiding and ducking and stuff like that. I did feel like I had the upper hand, but things happen. Like I said, you move on to the next thing. Today is my daughter's birthday, so inshallah that I make it and see her. And like I said, we move on to the next step. Just a little bit, it's a lot of talk about different things, but we're making no excuses tonight, man. It was a great crowd. I enjoyed being here in Riyadh, baby. Thank you guys for coming out and supporting the card, and we'll be back for sure. We'll see what happens. We have a little bit more left, and but I've done a great job with managing my money, investing, and I'm a happy fighter. You know what I'm saying? We go in here and do what we do, and we go home and leave and spread love to the family.
All right, Deontay Wilder looked a bit calmer than the Deontay Wilder that is boastful. What defeat can actually do to humans in the world of sports? I will see, of course, being joined by Ekpo. Ekpo, quickly your reaction to Deontay Wilder's post-match conference. It looked a bit calmer than we used to,
Yeah, calm, because he already looked past Joseph Parker, like I said, and I think he's already thinking of his future. He's 38 years of age. He's wondering when he'll return to the ring, who is going to fight. We all wanted the fight, like I said, against Anthony Joshua. Unfortunately, it's looking likely not to happen because I'm already looking at 2024 and I'm thinking Anthony Joshua might end up fighting Hegovic for the IBF belt if either Tyson Fury or Alexander Usyk end up relinquishing the belt. But for Deontay Wilder, he's 38. He just has to maybe get back into the ring, do what he knows how to do best, which is get the knockout. And once he's able to do that, I see Deontay Wilder maybe having a fight to Anthony Joshua later in 2024.
All right, well said. Thank you very much for your time. It's been an interesting one, of course, talking boxing with you. I would hope to have you some other time. Thank you very much.
Pleasure, Favour.